Hi children, welcome to ICT Learning. This is the second chapter for grade 6 workbook. So if you haven't watched my previous videos, first go and watch them. I have done separate video playlist for grade 6 textbook, and this is another playlist where grade 6 workbook activities will be discussed, right? So this is the chapter 2 of grade 6. So here only the activity book or the workbook will be discussed. So I hope you have already completed these activities. So it would be better because if you complete these activities, then you can check your answers whether they are correct or wrong. So please do not copy the answers and write them, especially when the school teacher asks you to complete this. Just don't copy and show it to her or him, because then you will get nothing, right? So best thing you can do is you write your answers and then you check the answers with this video, right, while we displaying. So then you can learn your mistakes and definitely you can score good marks in your exam. Okay, let's start. So activity 2.1. So here they have given you some devices and asking whether they are located in your lab or not, right? So maybe due to Corona, you haven't visited your school lab for a long time now. But this one, what basically you have to do is you have to check whether these devices are in your lab or not, right? So the first one is a printer. This is a scanner, laptop, multimedia projector, switch, right? When we are connecting to the internet, we need a switch and the router for the internet connectivity. So if these things are available in your computer lab, so please put a tick. I haven't done that because it will differ based on your school lab. In addition to the above, mention other devices that could be installed in your computer lab, right? So there can be CCTV cameras, there can be web camera, television, headphones, right? There can be speakers. So there can be other devices like maybe storage devices like external hard disks, CDs, DVDs, those things. So you can mention any devices that are installed in your school lab. So in the second one, what you have to do is you have to tell whether these actions are correct or wrong in the computer lab. Okay, let's take the first one. Keeping the equipment in proper order after use. Yeah, you have to keep your equipment in a proper place. Correct. Try to put your pen into all the ports. No, then all these ports will be damaged. So don't put, not only pen, don't put anything into the computer ports, right? So it's wrong. Playing by rotating chairs. Playing inside the lab is not a good thing to do. So don't do it. Inquiry about fire extinguishing equipment from the teacher. Yes, it's very good that you know about these things and where the exit doors are there and have a good understanding. So it's a good thing to do. Entering the lab, keeping water bottles and removing shoes. Yeah, because why you are removing shoes? Because then the dust particles and the dirt won't come inside the lab. And why not taking water bottles? Because when the water split over these electric equipments, they will get damaged. So this is a good thing to do. Connecting external storage drives to the computer without any virus scan. No, because then these are public devices and definitely you have to scan it before connecting, like external portable disk, maybe a pen drive, maybe a CD. So please do scan with a virus guard and then only connect them. So it's a wrong thing. Supply electricity to the multimedia projector without the teacher's knowledge. No, you have to always inform your teacher when you are connecting to internet, when you are uh, connecting other devices, right? Because these are public properties and don't use them without the knowledge of the teacher. So it's not a good thing. Dust in the keyboard, yes, it's good thing to clean. So it's a good thing to do. Set up a notice board to display safety measures you can follow in a computer laboratory. So this one, I haven't done a notice board. I just listed the points. So you can use these points to create a nice, very attractive notice board, right? For example, be careful when touching electric devices. So you can take that particular thing and draw something nice, like don't touch with the wet hands, don't put these pens and other things into the this power sockets. So like that, you can have nice notice board created. So I have listed because it will be good for your reference. For example, for your safety, you have to be careful when touching electric device, right? Don't play, don't run inside the lab, right? You should aware about exit doors and fire extinguishers, where they are placed, because in emergency it is very useful, right? And never use a lift when there is a fire, right? So these things are good things for your safety. And for the safety of the device, don't supply power without correct instructions, right? Always try to keep the lab clean and dust free. And after you use the equipments, all the equipments must be switched off and placed in the correct place. Don't put here and there, then it's messy and it's hard for other people to use as well. And always remove the footwear and even the water bottles, food, and all these things. Please keep them uh, outside of the lab, right? So these things you can take into consideration and draw up a nice notice board with colorful headings, very attractive pictures, and all, uh, and make a nice notice for your notice board. Okay, activity 2.2. So here they are asking to number 1, 2, 3, 4 to show the sequential order of turning the computer, right? So here, first thing is this one. Number 1, you have to turn on the switch on the wall. And the second one is if there is a UPS connected, then you have to turn on that one. Then you have to turn on the system unit. Finally, you have to turn on the monitor. So this is how you should um, turn on your computer. Then they are asking you to write the correct sequence order of shutting down the computer. So first of all, you have to do the C, leaving from running programs, right? So you have to stop all the programs you are running. Then you have to select the command of shutdown, right? You have to properly select start button and shut down. Then turn off the monitor after the machine got shut down. Then you can turn off the monitor. Then switch off the UPS if it is connected. And then finally you can turn off the wall switch. So then they are asking why we should do this proper shutdown, right? Discuss in your group about the damages caused to the computer by not shutting down the computer properly. So list down the some damages, right? So if you suddenly press the power button, right, then it will be quickly uh, switch off. It's not good because one thing is the same computer can be used by multiple users. So there are unsaved data, unsaved programs, all these things will be lost, right? If you suddenly power off. And sometimes forcing this thing, like especially if you are doing an update while you are doing some software update and you are forcing to power off the computer, then it will damage the system. And another thing is like always remember there are so many background processes are running, right? You may not notice, but there are some background processes running. So if you quickly press the power button off, all these processes will be suddenly terminated and can cause damages. And especially, last one, reduce the hard drive's physical lifespan. Especially, I talk this thing in while we are doing the textbook also. So when the hard uh, drive, the head is moving always, right? So if you suddenly switch it off, it is like suddenly interrupted its operations. And if you do this regularly, definitely your hard drives will have a less lifespan. Okay. Activity 2.3. So briefly explain what is meant by computer ethics. So ethics means normally good practices. So computer ethics means good practices that should be followed when you're using the computer. Write 3 examples of computer ethics. So in your textbook, there are so many computer ethics. You can take 1 or 2 from there. So in the lab, you must use the computer without disturbing others, right? And need to always pay for the proprietary software. They are not free. Free open source software, yes, you can just download and use it. But if it is a proprietary software, you have to pay for the license. Don't use fake and illegal products, right? And always refrain from using other people's files without their permissions, because especially in the computer lab, so many people may be using the same computer. It's shared. So try to uh, use it with some responsibility. Don't try to uh, use the other people's files and folders. Okay. Okay. Activity 2.4. Observe the following image carefully. So here they're asking what's wrong with the boy's posture in this picture, right? So if you see this carefully, this eyes of this boy and the screen is not at the same level actually. So therefore, this boy is bending his neck. He's not sitting straight as well, right? Normally, you have to sit straight by leaning on your back to the chair. He's not doing as well. And legs, always you should keep your legs vertically and should be placed on the ground, but he's not doing it, right? And if you see carefully, his hands here, the elbow is kind of bent, right? It's not very comfortable way he's typing. So all these things are wrong posture. So there can be several problems can be caused by not working in the computer with the correct posture as given below. So what are the measures you can take to prevent them? So if you have pain in the eye, what are the problems? Why if you have pain in the eye, why that is caused? Because maybe the screen is not at correct level. So keep the screen at the level of your eyes. The distance between your eyes and the screen should be 18 to 28 inches. And the brightness of the screen, very important, you have to adjust it properly. Okay, so these things should be done to avoid to getting pain in the eye. Pain along the hand from the shoulder. Especially the keyboard mouse should be kept at the level of your elbow. And always keep the elbow straight and 90-degree angle to the upper part of the hand, right? Always keep these things, then you won't get these problems. Frequent pain in the backbone, especially you have to sit straight by leaning onto the back of the chair, like 90 degrees kind of, you have to keep your back straight. Wrist pain. So this is also similar things. One thing is you have to keep the keyboard and mouse at the level of your elbow, and the elbow should be relaxed, and it should be properly straight and 90-degree angled to the upper part of the hand. Okay. Difficulties in feet. So definitely your legs should be kept vertically and they should be placed on the ground, something like 90 degrees. So if you do these things, these health hazards won't come. Activity 2.5. Write 5 examples for electronic waste in your school home. Right? So what are electronic waste? Can be a broken monitor, broken system unit, keyboards, mouse, smartphones, DVDs, CDs, right? So these can be electronic waste. Write the method of managing the above waste according to the 3R system. Hope you remember the 3R system. Reduce, reuse, recycle. So reduce means you're trying to do the repairs and all, rather than you are just trying to go for a new device. Because if you change the equipments regularly, upgrading, then it will create a lot of electronic waste. So try to reduce it, try to reduce the buying. You can repair it, right? And use it, right? For example, if the now here I have given an example. If the keyboard is not working, you can try to repair that. Okay, so that's kind of a reduce. And then comes the reuse. Reuse means you either sell it, because reuse means this is not totally broken. Somebody else can at least use it. So reuse it or donate it. And if it is totally broken, then you can use it for a different purpose. Right? For example, this monitor can be reset, right? And sometimes if it's totally broken, this like kind of a CRT monitor like thing, you can use as a flower pot as well. System unit also similarly, if it's broken, you can use for a garbage bin. It's like a plastic container. You can use it to put some toys in there. Okay. Final thing is recycle. Recycle means always transforming the waste into a new product, right? So you can try this by giving this e-waste to a recycling company, especially these CDs, DVDs, and these things. You can do a recycling. Activity 2.6. This one is like have a discussion about an instance where you reused electronic or electric waste without just disposing. If you use it for something, then please do mention. That's what they're asking, right? For example, as I told, system unit can be used as a toy container. Write an instance where you reused an electronic waste in your school. So this will differ based on your school. So I have written few examples. Broken monitors can be used as the flower pots. Broken system units can be used as some not only garbage bins, some containers, right? Ink cartridges can be used after refilling in the printer, right? And sometimes these CDs and DVDs you can use for decoration purposes. Now, can you see this image? Can you think this wall hanging is kind of done with CDs? How nice it is. Like this, these kind of decoration purposes also you can use them. Name some of the materials that you have sent for recycling. So not only electronic waste, things like paper, plastic, all these things. Maybe some cupboards, maybe old chairs, plastic chairs and tables, CDs, CFC bulbs, glasses. These things also you can definitely recycle. Write down names of several institutions that collect electronic waste for recycling. So if you go to this link, I have mentioned your link. So if you go to this link, you can find kind of a PDF. So this is, let's go and see. So if you go to this link, you can see there are so many electronic waste collectors. This is actually maintained by Central Environmental Authority. So here you can see so many um, e-waste collectors, right? Different locations. So you can copy one of these things. Asia Recycle Private Limited at Homagama, Ceylon Waste Management Private Limited at Calania, Clean Tech Private Limited at Colombo 5, Ecobiz World Private Limited at Malvana. So you can like that take any of these information and write there. Okay, so I will share this link in the description box as well. Okay, so I have written here some names from there. Okay, activity 2.7. Explain briefly why a computer should be protected by setting a password. So if you have a password, when the user is logging to the system, uh, it will be asking the password. So the user has to provide the correct password. So if the password is incorrect, unauthorized people cannot log into the system. So the strangers cannot log and steal your sensitive data. So therefore, it's very important to have a password. So it will allow only the authorized users to get the access. Write 3 facts to be considered when setting a password. So when you're setting a password, it should be a strong password and it should be hard to guess but easy to remember, right? And password should be for easy to remember thing, you can use fast phrases and hints, right? I have described about fast phrases in the textbook, so please go and watch those videos if you have missed. And definitely by giving the email address and all, you can restore the password, because never write your password near your desktop or on your table, then there's no point of having a password. People write that because it's hard for them to remember. So have some easy ways to remember your password. Mention two features of a strong password. So definitely the length of a password should at least have 8 characters, and usually password should have a collection of simple letters, capital letters, numbers, and other symbols. Password should not have information that can be easily guessed. Like don't use your name 123. People can easily guess, so don't use like that. Write 5 examples of strong password. Now here I have given some examples. Don't copy this, right? You understand what I have written, right? So see here, I love my piano. That's the passphrase. So, but they have used different symbols, right? And capitals, simples, numbers, 8 characters. So that's strong password. See, if you just have jellyfish, it's not a good password. It's not strong. Anybody can guess. It's a normal English word. But if you use jelly 22 and fish also with a dollar sign, hard to guess, but easy to remember, right? So this is actually delta gamma. See, for E, they have used 3. For A, they have used at sign. So delta gamma is the password, but there's small changes in between. I love my dog. See, if you use fast phrases, easy to remember, but in between you can have different symbols. Say whether the following passwords are strong or not. Right? The first one, school 123. No, it's not strong. Anybody can guess this. Name 2005 AB and a hash. So this is having more than 8 characters, has a capital, numbers, symbols, simple letters. So it's a good password. Class at 22. Yeah, that's also good because you have capitals, simples, at signs, numbers, and it's about yeah, 8 more than 8 characters. So it's a good password. Amara ABC. Not good. It's not good because anyway it's only having simple letters, not having even a number, and the length also wrong. And these are normal common English words, kind of name, simple information. So it's not good to use. Okay, that's the end of chapter 2 of the workbook of grade 6. So if you haven't still subscribed my channel, please do subscribe and please do comment. If you love these videos, if you get good marks, please do comment because that's very encouraging thing for me. And while you're subscribing, press the bell notification also because I will be adding new videos so you can get the notification. So thank you very much.